Okay, teachers, welcome back. So for class with Dr. Rosengren, and with this experiment, you notice we have 3 different bottles of water. What's different is the level. So the bottle on my left, the water level is here. The one in the middle, the water level is about here. The one on my right, the water level is here. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can introduce this into your classroom. You can do it as an introductory activity to try and figure out what's going on. But the main demo is the following. I'm going to take my stick and now I'm tapping it, and you notice you get a different sound on each of the different spots. You want to make sure you're tapping it at the same spot, so that can make it sound a little bit different. So as a teacher, same spot when you're tapping it. The next part of the demonstration is you're going to take it now and blow across the top. So you notice you get almost the opposite effect. When I tap them, this one has the highest frequency. But when I blow across the top, this one has the highest frequency. And so when we're talking about sound, the idea is understanding what makes the sound. So this is where this particular demonstration, you can use it in a couple different ways, in a couple different spots. I can use it to introduce sound. So to talk about, like, what do you see happening? What are some of the different things that are going on? I blow across it, one thing happens, I tap across it, and I can use it in a lesson to generate some of the ideas as to, well, what makes sound, and sound is a vibration. The other way that we can do this is you can have it so that we understand some of the basic foundations of what sound is. We know sound is a form of energy because of the vibrations of things moving back and forth is a type of energy. And so we can talk about this as almost like an extension type of activity. Now, we can also vary this up in a couple different ways as we're teaching it. One, I may not want to have all 3 bottles, I might only want to have one. So what I can do is I can pour a little bit of water in, run the experiment with the student, have them go get more, have them pour more water in, do the same thing. So you really only need 1 bottle per group with your students if you're doing it. Now, this is also a neat thing in that you can work in conjunction with the music teacher. Try to figure out what are the actual musical notes and maybe how high does it have to be. There's a lot of videos out there looking at street performers, for example, who have bottles of, or glasses of wine filled with different amounts of water, and then also different shapes. So we can talk about the idea of what's called a resonant frequency. And we can also do it where there's a great one with Super Mario Brothers where they have a whole bunch of wine bottles lined up. They see them with trains, remote control cars, and so as the cars are going along, they're hitting the bottles and they're turning it into music. So that's another strategy that you can use after you do this type of activity to get your students a little bit more excited about sound and see what's happening with it. So again, you can use it as an introduction to start getting out some of the ideas as to, oh, I'm tapping it and I'm making a noise, or I'm blowing across it to get the idea that things have to be vibrating, things have to be moving to make a sound, or we can use it a little bit later after we've established that in the classroom as to what is sound and how does sound work. So either of those work for your classrooms, but this is a great activity that you can use at some point in your classroom. So thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.